What's happening, everybody?
I like to think anybody can grow. It really isn't that hard at all.
In-tents
All the
Genetix.
followers on Facebook, everybody who's been participating in the giveaways, it really does mean the world to me.
You love to do the giveaways on Facebook and whatnot, and so a lot of people out there have a chance to be able to experience your product and whatnot. So I wanted to ask you about a specific strain that I personally have loved in the past. I wanted you to talk about the 708 for me and how that strain came about, and then the qualities of that strain in itself throughout the grow, at the end of the grow, and maybe even some of the other strains that have that you've crossbred from that initial 708 plant that people might have around today.
Absolutely. The 708 has been a staple in my garden for quite some time now. Really enjoy the 708 for multiple reasons. It's definitely a plant that's great for its trichome. Its trichome of the plant is very thick, so it's easily collected to make concentrates with and is great for that. I really found the plant by mistake. I thought I had planted something else, and when I went to go check the seeds that I had popped, I realized that I didn't pop the ones that I thought I had popped. So, um, it really was a surprise when it came through. I thought it was going to be something else, and I had three different ones that were really just some random seeds. And that's what I say. I love the hunt. I love popping random old seeds and random new seeds or any seeds, but the 708 was a random seed, and it was random number 3. And
How old do you think that seed was?
oh man, I have no idea. I would guess, I would say back from when we first started indulging for sure. Back in the day,
So
I
what,
would say at least
15
10,
plus? Wow.
15 years. Yeah, 15 or maybe, yeah, 15 or so years ago. And it's really doesn't have any of these new age influences in it. It's very unique as far as its terpene profile. It's very floral. It's got a floral kind of terpene profile and a very like grapey, berryish profile as well. But really, it comes out very strong once it's made into a concentrate. When it's in its flower form, it's very hard to even pick up a smell on it. It's until you take the flower and crack open the trichomes with your fingers, really kind of just break them up with your fingers, that the smell will emerges. It's similar to like garlic. It gets stronger as you break it up. As you start mashing that garlic, the smells really start to come out. Um, so it's that which I really liked about it. And I liked it so much because it would produce so much um, in the trichome department, and it would be very easily collected. And it just made the most beautiful concentrates, great smell, great effect, great indica leaning effects, very short, squat plant, doesn't stretch very much, does great in our area, have grown it outside in our area in the Midwest a few times now, and has gotten to a harvest every time without issue. So, really true to its name in the 708 area code, it does do well. So, that's very cool. Um, I've mixed it in every breeding round I've done so far just because it is the highest producer percentage wise in collecting for concentrates compared to anything I've ran to this day, which is crazy to think. And I've ran a lot of stuff and nothing has dumped like that strain. So I've kept it
So,
around. I still go. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, so what are some of the offsprings that came from that?
So every season, right? So season one was the Midwest Frost. I mixed it with the pink animal crackers and got the Midwest Frost. The Midwest Frost was a beautiful plant. It had more of the sweetness, terpene profile from the pink animal crackers, and it really added very nicely with the berry kind of flavoring from the 708. So it was this even sweeter berry and really enjoyed it. It had almost a creaminess to it as well. So really enjoyed that cross. And that one hasn't been around for quite some time, but I'm sure she'll reemerge eventually. And then in season 2, I crossed it with the Alien Wedding, and I produced the Stranger's Candy. And with the Alien Wedding, it brought this funk, this like gassy funk to all the crosses. And with that, it brought this berry funk. It was very interesting and complex terpene profile. And I really enjoyed that as well. But it wasn't dumping as well as the Midwest Frost did and as the 708 did. Something from that Alien Wedding was a little greasy, and these days I prefer the greasiness, but it still did well. It just didn't do as well as the others. And then in season 3, most recently, I crossed it with the Mountain Apple, and it was so small and produced such a small number of seeds that they probably won't be released. I say probably, but who knows? Who knows? But I do have a very, very limited personal quantity of those that will only be going to close people I know or things like that. Or
Did you
and that's
did you
that's
name
all
them?
for that one. I'm sorry.
Did you name that one?
That one I was gonna call the Seven Summits, and we haven't made that official yet or anything, but it was gonna be called the Seven Summits with the Mountain Apple and the 708 cross. Haven't have and the Seven Summits are the highest peaks in the world, right? The 7 highest mountains in the world. So that's why I was gonna call it the Seven Summits. Um,
Very very creative, my friend. Well, that's awesome, man. Um,
and then, yes, she will be brought back in season 4, the upcoming season 4, with the Apple Mac will be the stud male for that upcoming season. But that's more to come eventually. Yes.
all right. Well, thank you so much for your time tonight, and yeah, I think we got a lot of good quality content down, so there should be plenty to go off of. So I'm gonna head and just end the recording, unless you want to say something or maybe give a little promo to the Facebook page.
Yeah, definitely would love to give a shout out to um, all the followers on Facebook, everybody who's been participating in the giveaways. It really does mean the world to me to have everybody participating and growing out these genetics. I can't do it all myself. It is really nice. The space is just too limited. And it really is the best seeing the outcome and seeing what people are really getting from the seeds, and what
And
we can really find as a community. And that's what's really important.
and that Facebook page is.
The Facebook page is In-tents Genetix Growers Community. And yes, please join. The giveaways are weekly and they're free. And I pick 3 people who have never won before and 3 people who have won before. And yeah, I highly recommend getting your name up on the wheel.
What's happening, everybody?
I like to think anybody can grow. It really isn't that hard at all. All the followers on Facebook, everybody who's been participating in the giveaways, it really does mean the world to me.